Earlier on in January, the first half wasn't great, and they can be got at. 6 minutes, Scott. We've started bright.
Norgard in midfield, who started the game brilliantly. He'll be delighted with this team start.
100 games in the Premier League for his team today. He's overseen all of them. Thomas Frank always seems to be a joy to be around as well when he comes out to speak to us. It's going to be a throw-in on that side. The ball had just gone out of play. It's the last time he'll come here as the Liverpool manager, Jermaine.
Halo gameplay, Waalaikumsalam. Selamat bergabung. Aku dukung Liverpool. Oke, mainkan.
No, as a person, he's going to be sorely missed by the Premier League. He's brought so much to the league, to Liverpool as a football club as well. So he's going to be sorely missed when he leaves.
Successive starts for Liverpool in goal now for quibbing.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sobat Tola TV. Kita ada di English Premier League ya. Malam ini di pertandingan Liverpool versus Brentford versus Liverpool ya. Tuan rumahnya Brentford. Di menit ke 8 saat ini di score dan di menit ke 6 ya. Unik sekali The Reds pakai warna jersey biru ini. Oh, satu serangan tadi cepat dari wing kanan The Reds. Paryono, waalaikumsalam, bertemu lagi Bapak Tola TV. Tangerang hadir Bapak Tola, sehat selalu Mas Paryono, apa kabar? Mas Paryono dukung apa ini Mas Paryono? Suaranya jelas kan? Mohon info dulu.
You forget how much you enjoy watching talk front until you see it again. And it's brilliant because it's just little flicks here and there that this helps each other out. This is a run from Darwin Nunez. I think he's just onside. I think it's higher. Well, Ben Mee actually was just keeping him on. Nobody in the box though.
Bagus suaranya, dukung Liverpool 2-0, mantap. Bang Raihan juga dukung Liverpool juga ya. Keren. Oke, kita lihat sendiri dulu nanti gimana pertandingan ini. Sobatku, ini di TV-nya Bapak Tola memang delay 2 menit ini. Ini suaranya malah hilang.
McAllister.
Streaming lancar ya, koneksi bagus, analitik ini yang agak hilang. Bantu share sobat-sobat Bapak Tola dimanapun kalian berada ya. Kita ketemu lagi di malam minggu di Liga Inggris.
That's how he manages to create himself so many chances, always being on the move.
Slip back into a back five again, back through whichever way you
858, 1055. Ya 2 menit delay 2 menit ini. Dari gambar ke ice score ya.
Now Bradley.
Oh, malah di skor atas malah 12 menit. Liverpool satu sontekan tadi. Oh, 2 kali sobat, ada peluang Liverpool tadi. Tapi mampu di blok jaga gawang Berikan. Bermain cukup cantik mengawal gawang Brentford. Kita lihat tadi syutingan pertama dari pemain nomor 84. Siapa nih 84?
Everyone's expecting him to swing his left foot at it because he takes it early, tries to sneak it into that near post. Just
84 siapa ya? Liverpool.
It's the kind of instinct you'd expect from a central striker, certainly an attacking player. He's got a
Bradley ya.
brain, hasn't he?
Kanan malah bisa buka peluang tadi. Yo Liverpool 4-0. Waduh, sadis ya skor, prediksi skor. Berapa prediksi skor kalian sobatku? Yang belum subscribe silakan di subscribe ya.
Berikan's been all energy down that left-hand side to this point.
Yeah, the ball was on. He's got to pass it. Morpay's actually causing Liverpool a couple of issues there.
Relatively slow starters. Liverpool, it would have been a bit of an anomaly had the Bradley goal counted. I agree with you though, Jermaine. He's just dropping into areas where Liverpool aren't really.
Yo, selamat malam sobat-sobat. Salam kenal dulu buat kalian pendukung Brentford dan juga Liverpool, silakan isi pollingnya ya.
It's almost the release ball for Brentford. As soon as they win it back, can we find him and try and support him and break from there? And that's
untuk informasi klasemen saat ini, kita mau coba lihat klasemen Liga Inggris di minggu keberapa nih sekarang ini. Liverpool saat ini ada di posisi pertama ya, pemuncak dengan poin 54, disusul Manchester City, dan Brentford saat ini ada di posisi 14, sangat jauh sekali sebenarnya. Ini antara tim papan atas menghadapi tim papan bawah. Rehan, jangan lupa Papa Tola, besok di bulan Maret ada 2 laga timnas Indonesia, insya Allah ya. Makanya didoain nih biar kita live-nya di stadion ya Rehan ya. Di bulan Maret ya ada Piala Dunia dan juga ada di bulan April Piala Asia ya. AFC Under 23. Shot of target tadi dari Tony. Sayang sekali tadi peluang cantik ya dari Brentford. Gagal membuka skor untuk tuan rumah. Paling tidak tadi satu serangan berbahaya Brentford sudah cukup mengancam penjaga gawang Liverpool ya. Kelehi.
In the penalty area.
I think it was between Janelt and Diogo Jota. Just a lot of fighting. I think I saw Janssen it is with his hands all over him. I mean, it is risky play that.
It's been relayed to Michael Oliver, mutual holding.
Mutual holding. Yeah.
Maybe Coop, the video assistant referee. There's a new one for you. Been a bit of a weakness, this kind of situation for Brentford this season, and now whether that was mutual holding or not, it's a free kick to Brentford. What about that for a place to watch a game then, Jermaine?
Well, that'll increase the value, won't it?
They're all up there, look.
Love it again. Watch it from anywhere, especially when Liverpool comes to town.
I'm not sure it's maybe quite the advantageous position on a bitterly cold winter's day, but today it's fine.
Like, what? You'd be up there, wouldn't you? Can you imagine being a kid? You wouldn't have been up there, no?
No, not if it was really cold.
Oh, come on.
I'd be
For free, I'd be there in a second.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'll leave you to it.
It's cold, honestly. You've changed,
Nice football from Brentford. Reguilon finding Neil Mopay, plays it on to Ivan Toney.
Oh, Tony tadi.
Two chances there in reality because Mopay could have gone for goal himself.
Misbah Faiza, malam papa, semoga sehat selalu, lancar rezekinya, amin. Salam dari Surabaya. Salam juga buat Misbah Faiza, udah lama juga nggak bersapa-sapa dengan Misbah Faiza ya. Sehat-sehat selalu ya Misbah di Surabaya ya. Salam-salam juga untuk semuanya, keluarga juga sehat-sehat selalu. Sama-sama juga bagus juga rezekinya di sana ya. Rehan kayaknya di JIS atau di GBK. Itu bukan kayaknya lagi, sudah positif di ini kok, di apa, GBK.
Back again for him, and he's playing with a smile on his face and a real confidence again.
I think it's going to be one of Brentford's strong points as a football club. I think you look at the Morpay situation, you look at the Reguilón situation, you know, he's a player that's been loaned out as well. I think it could be one of those places that players come to find form, because they're going to be falling into a structure where they can really showcase their qualities, and I think, you know, that's what Thomas Frank brings to the table.
So foul conceded by McAllister. Too physical against Ivan Toney.
That's the part where he says, how is that possible? Look at the size.
Siapa Pak? Oke, terima kasih Misbah, dibantu share-nya juga. Ini suaranya kedengaran nggak ya? Suara pertandingannya. Karena di sini mengecil ya. Kita lihat McAllister sedang mencoba memberikan sedikit reaksi atas keputusan wasit, di mana dia tadi baru saja menghajar pemain nomor 17 dari Brentford ini. Cukup keras ya, McAllister tadi menghantam, siapa sih nomor 17 ini? Tony yang barusan saja tadi memberikan peluang untuk Brentford. Bagaimana cuaca di kota kalian, sobatku? Medan malam ini panas setelah tadi hujan deras ya.
Keep an eye on whether Ivan Toney moves the ball here. That's his old trick, isn't it?
You sound like a Forest fan.
I'm firmly fixed on the ball, Jermaine.
Well, the spray's not down yet.
No, it's not. I think he'll get away with that once and never again, you know, because everybody will keep an eye on it now.
I don't think he's going to put it down, but I don't think he's given him the opportunity to move it.
So Toney and Reguilón over it. I think we all expect this to be an Ivan Toney attempt. Never scored a Premier League goal against Liverpool. Ivan Toney.
FRPSL, halo Papa, halo juga sobatku FRPSL. Bagaimana kabarnya di sana? Bagaimana? Sobat-sobatku pada muncul semua nih, nggak pada malam mingguan ini, sobat-sobat Papa Tola.
Curtis Jones felt the pressure from Christian Norgard. Jansen caught by Jota. To really find a rhythm, Jermaine, Liverpool, to this point, which is credit to Brentford when they go about it.
No, definitely, I think that Brentford have started the game much the better.
Misbah, apa nanti Man City vs Chelsea live stream kah? Insya Allah ya. Doakan saja masih ada stamina. Itu jam berapa ya? Kalau masih jam 9 masih kita mainkan. Besok kalau nggak salah itu City kan? City lawan Chelsea itu besok, bro. Bukan malam ini. Kalau malam ini nanti ada Burnley Arsenal, ada Fulham Aston Villa, ada Newcastle Bournemouth, ada Nottingham Forest, West Ham United, dan Tottenham Hotspur Wolves. Besok itu besok.
Luis Diaz.
Misbah Faiza. Sepertinya itu besok ya, di daftar pertandingan malam ini nggak muncul. Corner kick. Liverpool, sudah. Ada McAllister, satu serangan dari. Aduh, nyaris tadi ya, Diaz ya. Serangan dari Diaz. Lagi. Corner kick lagi untuk Liverpool, sudah 4-0 ini. Corner kicknya ya, sudah sangat dominan. Oh, serangan balik Tony sendirian saja dia tadi, lepaskan tembakan dengan kaki kanan. Tapi terlalu pelan. Tony dari Brentford ini cukup merepotkan ya. Skill dan kecepatan dari Brentford, dari Tola. Yang besok insya-Allah sel. Mudah-mudahan kita live kan terus. Pokoknya kalau sobat-sobatku pada nonton kita semangat ya. Kalau nggak nonton lemas. Luton kita mainkan, Chelsea City kita mainkan, Argentina pun kita mainkan. Persatuan sepak bola warawiri pun kalau mau di-live-kan kita mainkan. Bang dukung siapa nih? MU Luton. Ya kalau MU Luton ya kita dukung MU lah tetap. Walaupun masuk gua ya. Kenapa ya kok? Apa penyebabnya? Nggak mungkin. Sinyalnya bagus. Yo sobat-sobat, I love you full. Luar biasa ini kalian ini sobatku. Tony lagi, memang Tony ini perlu juga segera dibeli PSMS Medan ini Tony ini ya. Bayar pakai durian. Jangan pakai uang lah, kalau pakai uang bangkrut lah. Bisa-bisa nanti gaji PNS semua bisa untuk bayar gaji si Tony ini. Tony! Brentford kita lihat ya, penonton di tribun tuh boleh dikatakan apa ya, kakek-kakek, nenek-nenek juga betul-betul hiburan ya sepak bola di Inggris ini. Hiburan akhir pekan kita lihat ini para pendukung Brentford. Ini udah pada senior-senior semua ini. Opung-opung ini yang nonton, opung-opung. Mbah-mbah. Yes, lagi-lagi. Serangan lagi, angkat saja Liverpool. Masih bisa diamankan. Satu crossing cep. Oh, wasit. Serangan balik dari Brentford. Tidak jelas kemana arah bola. Luar biasa ya. Bagaimana penjagaan dari barisan pertahanan Liverpool. Jones. Maksudnya Liverpool face Brentford. Oh, kalau Liverpool lawan Brentford ya Ipul dong, Ipul. Tapi kalau bisa Brentford nahan seri ini satu kejutan juga nih. FR Vesel. Kita lihat juga lah ya. Kira-kira seperti apa perlawanan yang akan diberikan oleh tuan rumah. Liverpool have set up the high line. Free kick to be taken here by Berikan. Jensen. Now the centre-backs can have a run. Ben Mee was one of them and he was always straining to try and get there. Let's bring in Joe Cole, he's pitch side
this afternoon, just seeing the game from a slightly different vantage point to us. Joe, what do you make of the start that Brentford have made?
I think they look very comfortable, Fletch. I think it's very clear, you know, being the Thomas Frank.
Yo sobat-sobatku, gaskan terus yuk. Kita coba dulu 100 penonton dulu yuk. Bantu share yuk.
Tony right up against Konate and Van Dijk, and I just think he's just catching their eye on a couple of occasions. They've linked up well and got in behind. You know, but that's going to be the theme of the game. They drop off into this back five, Brentford, and they look to counter.
Sobat Papa Tola off cam sebentar dulu ya. Mau sholat isya ya, sudah azan di kota Medan ya sobat.
Where they can link up, and Liverpool just got to be mindful when they do lose the ball that they too are going to be there for the counter attack. It's a real interesting setup. It is.
Thank you, Joe. Still 0-0. Closest either side have come really. The Conor Bradley chance that was well saved by
Tola off cam dulu sebentar ya sobatku, mau sholat isya dulu ya. Kalau kalian berkenan membantu, bantu share ya sobat ya. Komen-komen juga sesama sobat-sobat Papa Tola. FRP Sel, bantu diskusi dulu ya. Admin saat ini kita kasih ke Bang FRP Sel ya, sama Bang Misbah. Kalau Rehan juga lagi on, silakan ya dipandu diskusinya sobat, prediksinya. Dijagain dulu lapak kita ya, Bang FRP Sel, Bang Misbah dan juga Bang Rehan Gameplays. Oke sobat-sobatku, dijagain dulu ya sobat ya. Titip lapak ya buat Bang FRP Sel, Misbah dan juga Rehan Gameplays. Papa sholat isya dulu ya. Oke. Jok maramu di sini bebas.
Conor Bradley to get on the overlap and Robertson to get on the overlap, but very rarely have they managed to kind of get to the byline for cutbacks. It's just crosses that are coming into the box at the minute. It feels like Brentford are quite comfortable dealing with it.
I was here earlier in the season when they played Arsenal, Brentford. It was a similar story. They were able to slow Arsenal down quite significantly. They scored a late goal through Kai Havertz, but it was a similar story in general. This is a great run by Jota. Diaz is running in as well, and in the end there were simply too many Brentford defenders for Liverpool really to slice through, but it looked really promising the moment Jota started to approach the penalty area.
It's powerful, really powerful from Diogo Jota.
Finding Tony, that's a fantastic header. That's a typical old school number 9's link-up header. Here he is again, Ivan Toney. Might fancy the shot, never really struck it with any conviction.
He's got a sight of goal, why not? Here's this driving run though from Diogo Jota. Just showing how powerful he actually is. And it just closes in on him. Really good tackle from Ben Mee. Stopped him in his tracks.
Don't forget, we've got the Champions League, the Europa League and the Conference League Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday across the TNT Sports channels and Discovery Plus as well. Some fascinating matches that you can see. Arsenal in Portugal against Porto on Wednesday night, and the playoffs on Thursday. In the other two competitions, the Gold Show as well. There's so much European football to enjoy in the coming days across the channels. I mean, when you asked me a few minutes ago what I was laughing at, it's because we've got a clear handball in the opposition box. Video technology, you're not allowed to look at it, and the game just carries on regardless.
Yeah, that is.
It's kind of the irony of the whole thing.
I understand that.
James dispossessed effectively by Norgard, and here's Mopé, who's been very lively so far today. Jensen, and then the shot, which Norgard hit. From the moment he struck it, he knew that he wasted the opportunity.
It's literally the only thing that's missing for Brentford at the minute. As soon as they win that ball back, too strong in midfield. Norgard been really good in his first half. Morpay's been a nuisance as usual, picking up the ball and just the little layoff there. It's the strike at the end that's the issue right now. We saw a strike from Tony, didn't quite pay off. That's a good tackle. He wins the ball. I think he lands on it.
Yes, it's the awkward landing, isn't it? That's the issue, and it'll be a concern here.
It's not a nice landing.
Yeah, for Jurgen Klopp, based on the fact he's got Szoboszlai out injured, Trent Alexander-Arnold's missing as well, the goalkeeper. I mean, this is not the stage of the season when you're still in 4 competitions that you want to start picking up significant injuries. And he looks like he's in a fair deal of pain down there, Curtis Jones.
Yeah, it was an awkward one. He kind of got his, as he fell down, almost got his ankle just trapped under the weight of his body as he fell. I just feel like all of Brentford's chances.
Don't forget we've got the third test, day 4 tomorrow, 3:30 in the morning. Jermaine will just be coming in, so he might catch some of that when it starts. TNT Sports 1.
I'll be watching that, yeah.
Fascinating test series developing between India and England. And then Arsenal-Newcastle, which is next Saturday. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. The coverage starts at 7 o'clock, and that's on TNT Sports 1 and Discovery Plus as well.
I mean, hopefully he's okay, Curtis Jones, but you see here, it's a fair tackle from Norgard. He just lands and it's a tricky one. But what I was saying earlier, Fletcher, about the chances, I mean, if you went in at half-time and you were Jurgen Klopp, you could literally put up on the board 4 or 5 of Brentford's chances today and how they've come about. And they've all pretty much come about from the odd sloppy ball in midfield or just not taking care of the ball in the right moment, putting the ball at risk. And that's why I keep mentioning about going into wider areas. If you're trying to get the ball into wider areas and losing it there, it's much more difficult for Brentford to penetrate you as quick as they are. Whereas it's like 1, 2, 3 passes and they're on the edge of your 18-yard box having a shot. It's something they've just got to be careful of, but something that Brentford have got to keep doing if they want to get that first goal.
Painful walk off the pitch here for Curtis Jones, who's enjoying his best goal-scoring season. He's got 5, scored them in a 9-game spell in December. Ryan Gravenberch, Harvey Elliott, options on the bench to come and be a like-for-like swap, and Mo Salah back as well today. There he is, hasn't played since New Year's Day when he scored a couple against Newcastle. It looks as though they might be having to make a change, Liverpool, and we think it's going to be Ryan Gravenberch who's going to be coming on to potentially replace Curtis Jones here. Here's Diaz, awkward there for McAllister. It's good defensive work though by Jota to get it back off Neil Maupay. Diaz. Robertson. McAllister swings it out now to Bradley. There's Jota. With Nunez. Bradley drills in the cross. It was just taken away from Luis Diaz. There was the faintest of touches on the way in, and it paid dividends, didn't it, defensively for Brentford?
It did. It was a big touch that he got on it. I think it was Norgard again.
McAllister plays it through. The ricochet almost helping Diogo Jota. In the end, it was good defending in there by Collins.
Well, I think he's screaming for obstruction there, Diogo Jota, but great defending from Collins, getting his body in.
So the stoppage here, they're going to make the change, and there is Ryan Gravenberch. Big hook from the manager. And he's on to replace the unfortunate Curtis Jones, who's got the long walk around the field here at the G-Tech Community Stadium to get back to the dressing room.
Thomas Frank mentioned the importance of set pieces. It looks like trying to work on something here.
3 centre-backs all in a bunch. Norgard, the captain, there as well, and Flecken is the man who's going to take it.
Line.
Yep. It's up towards Ben Mee, who wins the majority of his headers. Liverpool get the ball clear through Van Dijk. And then Reguilon doesn't get there, and Darwin Nunez does, and he's in here for Liverpool, and that's a brilliant finish. The perfect illustration of the Liverpool counter-attack. Reguilon couldn't get there, Diogo Jota did. And what a cool finish that was from Darwin Núñez to give Liverpool the lead. It's Brentford 0, Liverpool 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's been a couple of brilliant things to talk about in this goal. And one's come from Liverpool's best player on the day. That's Diogo Jota. Yes, Brentford are trying to work something and are actually very close to getting something when this ball drops right here. That Van Dijk just clears it. This header here from Diogo Jota is incredible. He's under pressure, the awareness to know that he's there, and then to put it on a plate for him, to a man, by the way, who we're talking about, misses chances. Talk to me about the composure. Couple of touches, gets his head up, deal with that. I mean, it was a brilliant goal from Liverpool, and that man there, that's going to make him feel good, I tell you that.
Well, that's 13 goals now this season for Darwin Núñez, who can make the impossible look easy, and he can make the easy look impossible. But that was a wonderful lift over the goalkeeper. As you say, the header from Jota, when you see it slowed down, he's actually running towards the goal and still manages to head it forward. It's unbelievable.
It's to know he's there. I mean, like, as he sets off and he turns Jota, he'd have had a picture and thought, I know he's there somewhere. If I can get this ball in that direction. But he's under so much pressure.
So Liverpool with the lead. Brentford looking for the response. Kanate there to tidy things up. Norgard can lift it in. Mope was in the middle. And did he get banged unnecessarily there by Conor Bradley? He stayed down. There was certainly an arm across his back, but Michael Oliver saw it as a fair challenge for the ball. In the meantime, here come Liverpool again, and that's an important challenge by Collins.
I'm not sure it's enough, to be honest with you. I think Michael Oliver's got it right.
Yeah, it's been checked and ruled to be complete already.
He needs to be careful, there's no doubt, but I just don't think it's enough to give a penalty. Don't push him, do you know what I mean? His arms are just kind of there, almost protecting himself, so I think that's why it was the correct decision.
So 13 goals and 11 assists now for Darwin Núñez this season. Liverpool haven't lost when they've scored the first goal in all competitions. 19 wins and 2 draws. And now Diaz is running through, and Flecken able to get there for Brentford. They're excellent front runners, Liverpool. I find him fascinating, Darwin Núñez. The Liverpool fans adore him because of the all-round attributes that he has. But when you see him score a goal like that, you know exactly what the potential is.
100%. You can see why they absolutely love him. I think that, you know, you watch Liverpool games and he misses a lot of chances, there's no doubt about that. You know, he probably should have at least double the amount of goals that he has. But you also watch him and think, I would hate to play against you. He doesn't stop running. He creates a lot of his own chances. He started, you know, really well today. And I think for a player that does miss chances, his confidence still seems high, which is, you know, a brilliant, you know, it's a brilliant trait to have.
It's a very important goal as well. As the Premier League table stands at the moment, they've got a 5-point cushion to Manchester City and Arsenal. Still work to do that. The biggest Achilles heel for Brentford this season has been their form here. Last season they lost twice over the course of the season. They've already lost 5 times here in the Premier League, and 4 of those defeats have been in their last 6 home matches. And they've conceded more goals on this pitch than they've scored to this stage. Defended there for Brentford by Ben Mee, taken down now by Darwin Núñez. Played all the way back to Kelleher. Jota has done really well again there for Liverpool. Alexis McAllister, Ryan Gravenberg, and now Robertson. It's a good challenge in there. Darwin Núñez by Christopher Ayer, and then tidied up by Roerslev back to the goalkeeper. I suppose the Brentford challenge now, Jermaine, is not to let the Liverpool goal affect the confidence because they were playing well.
Well, not only that, I think that from Liverpool's point of view, they can just take their time now and keep the ball and not have to force the ball as much. So they've got a decision to make, Brentford. Do they revert back to their kind of like sitting in their block and playing counter-attacking football, or do they try and get in Liverpool's faces? a little bit more and create their own chances. One thing not to forget is they've been very good, and they've had the chances in the game, they've just not taken them. So there's a lot there for Thomas Frank to be happy about. But he'll be disappointed conceding the goal, from a set piece that they essentially had control over.
Diogo Jota down for Liverpool. Kick the ball out of play here.
I think it was from a challenge earlier in that right back position. He didn't seem too happy when he came out the other side of it.
I'm not sure whether Liverpool's team coach drove over a black cat on the way to Brentford today, but this is not what Jurgen Klopp wants to see.
No. I mean, looking at that,
seems as though it's Alexis McAllister.
Yeah, the steps on his foot, and if it is just that, then he should be okay.
So treatment here for Diogo Jota. Let's bring in Peter Crouch to talk through that Darwin Núñez goal. I'm hearing, Crouch, you're a big fan of the Diogo Jota header that Jermaine was describing so well.
Yeah, Jermaine said it in commentary there. I just thought it was absolutely unbelievable. Such a difficult skill to do. Obviously, route run down the middle. To have the awareness, the presence of mind and the ability to head it into Núñez's path, I thought was absolutely outstanding. And the finish was unbelievable. I mean, the goalkeeper doesn't even go down. It was a tremendous finish from Núñez.
What are you thinking there, Crouchy? Whether it's yourself or Darwin Núñez going in on goal, for a striker that's sometimes criticised for the amount of chances he misses, to finish it in that way, did it surprise you?
No, do you know what? He's a confidence player. I think at the moment, when he first came to Liverpool, I think he did struggle confidence-wise, but at the moment, he's full of confidence, and you wouldn't try that unless you were, and it was a tremendous finish.
Crouchy, just tell me this. When you saw him 1v1, were you confident or not?
Can I refrain from answering that question? All I'll say is it was a magnificent finish from a player.
Very diplomatic, Crouchy.
Thank you, Crouchy. Peter Crouch with us today. Darwin Núñez eventually back to his feet. I mean, the concern here.
Jota.
Did I say Darwin Núñez?
You did.
Diogo Jota.
That goal, I think.
Yeah, he's gone down again. I mean, this is a big concern for Liverpool.
Yeah, not good.
And the injuries are starting to pile up now. And I think this is why Jurgen Klopp was so reticent when we spoke to him this morning to talk about what the rest of the season might look like, because he knows the pitfalls, and he knows with the schedule as hectic as Liverpool are involved in at the moment, with 4 competitions still to play, and that these kind of situations are more likely to happen. There's the landing.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, that could be the issue rather than the stamp.
Well, also he's a player that's had enough time on the sidelines, and he's struggled enough. I mean, it's not a terrible replacement, don't get me wrong, but
it's not. But it's a man in form, unavailable, and of course it then limits your options moving forward in the various competitions.
I mean, up until now, he's been Liverpool's best player on the pitch as well, so he's just a huge loss in general. Such a shame from him. He's just one of those players that, I think because of his appetite for the game, and he gets himself caught in those types of situations where he's fighting at right back and fighting to win the game, and he's had way too many injuries in his Liverpool career so far, unfortunately.
So Mo Salah getting his final instructions from his manager, and it's a sad sight that to see Diogo Jota being stretched off. Remember, Liverpool lost Curtis Jones in this first half as well. They're already without Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dominic Szoboszlai, Alisson, the goalkeeper. I mean, that's a large chunk of your first 11, based on 4 who are going to be absent. I think Jurgen Klopp was saying yesterday there's a chance that Szoboszlai might be back for the League Cup final next weekend, but he was less optimistic about Trent Alexander-Arnold, whose knee injury has reoccurred. And he looks in a lot of pain down there, doesn't he, Diogo Jota?
He does.
Jensen bringt sich in Position. Gehört in Dänemark inzwischen zum Nationalsport, das Einwerfen im Fußball. So viele der Standardcoaches Dänen. Und Thomas Frank legt da ja auch besonderen Wert drauf, dass das trainiert wird. Jensen ist ein gefährlicher Werfer in der Regel. So, und jetzt wieder Liverpool im Konter. Wenn sie es schnell machen und das Mensch reichen will, weil es Luis Diaz ist.
Lagi kita ya, sudah on cam lagi.
Luis Diaz, Salah! Oh, das ist selten. Falsch eingeschätzt und technisch nicht korrekt genommen.
Terima kasih Bang Sel, Pak Kenneth, Pariono, ja, Mas Pariono.
Lässt den auftitschen, nimmt im richtigen Moment den Ball in die Mitte. Und ich glaube, weil Darwin Núñez noch dran ist, das ist der Grund, dass Salah etwas warten muss und dann nicht mehr schnell genug ist im Entscheiden. Nach wie vor Topscorer bei Liverpool mit 18 erzielten Toren. Und das muss man dann schon noch mal rausheben, nachdem er jetzt 1,5 Monate nicht mitgewirkt hat und die anderen jetzt auch nicht verkehrt unterwegs waren. Mopé. Auch die Partnerschaft mit Ivan Toney funktioniert richtig gut. Er ist derjenige, der rundherum kreist. Toney hält in der Regel die Position vorne drin, um eben anspielbar zu sein, um eben lange Bälle.
Masih 1-0 unggul di tim tamu Liverpool ya. Di menit terakhir.
Ja, den wollte er gerne wieder
Babak
haben,
pertama
darüber
ini.
haben wir schon gesprochen.
Check sound.
Provoziert
Sobatku.
gerne und neigt auch zur Theatralik. Und das klingt jetzt sehr negativ, aber das ist der alte Klassiker. Wenn man den in der Mannschaft hat, dann ist das wunderbar.
Live di mana Bang? Ya live di TV apa sih namanya, TV luar negeri nih.
Reguilon.
Sky Sport ya.
Kalian noch nicht ernsthaft
Sky Sport Bang
getestet.
Aska. Tapi delay 1 menitan ya. Hampir 2 Menit dengan
zu viele Gegentore bei Brentford, egal wie es drehen und das ist im Moment eins der Probleme, vor allen Dingen im Umschalten in die Defensive. Auch das klickt heute rein.
Bang Aska, apa kabar Bang Aska? Bang Aska, Bang Aska.
Das ist eine äußerst knifflige Phase in der Saison für Brentford, in der sich vieles zum Schlechten wenden kann. Nach dem Spiel
come on,
haben sie
sobatku.
noch Chelsea, Manchester United, Brighton, Manchester City. Dann West Ham. Dann Arsenal.
Kartu kuning tadi ya untuk Reguilon ya.
Also im Grunde so gut wie alle.
Ivan Toney tadi berusaha sebaik yang mampu untuk mengontrol bola umpan silang dari rekannya ya. Namun bolanya terlalu jauh dan keluar dari permainan.
Ein wenig Pech. Ivan Toney haut noch nicht so hin. Und dabei macht er insbesondere ein gutes Spiel, also nicht Momentana, sondern Ivan Toney.
Stadionnya kecil ini ya, kapasitasnya cuma 17.000 berapa ini, 17.250-an gitu.
Grafenberg, super, raus aus Zweien. Und dann aber kein Foul von Janelt, McAllister. Das muss man den Liverpool-Spielern zugute halten, so wie die mitunter hier gejagt werden und was die ja schon erlitten haben. Und das ist nicht immer nur vom Täter Brentford gekommen. Das war ein Unfall bei Diogo Jota. Aber erstaunlich, wie die trotzdem nicht zurückziehen, unter Druck, weiterspielen, nach vorne denken. McAllister.
Kawan-kawan di menit-menit terakhir. Apakah sudah selesai ya? Babak pertama selesai. Kita coba lihat dulu babak pertama. Gila ini. Lihat football ya, nonton komen begini aja bisa 11.000.
Liverpool führt in Brentford. Sie tun das.
Stu, the big news really is the two injuries that Jurgen Klopp's side have picked up there.
Brentford das bessere Team.
Jurgen Klopp's side have picked up there.
Und obwohl sie zwei
Could have had the best of the opening 10 to 15 minutes, I think, of the game. But Liverpool are just so dangerous on the counter-attack. You mentioned it in commentary and afterwards as well. Sergio Reguilon has to do better with a ball over the top like that, with a pressurized situation.
Jetzt ist Pause. Wahrscheinlich, ob sie führen mit 1:0 im Brentford Community Stadium.
If you don't think you can win the header, you've got to back off.
Und jetzt ist Schuss, jetzt ist Pause. Wahrscheinlich, ob sie führen mit 1:0 im Brentford Community Stadium. Wir machen
situations where you know I've got to win this tackle
und gucken uns all die Highlights nochmal an.
You can't just go up half-cocked about it. And credit to Jota, he's done brilliant. He's not only gone up and won the header, he's guided it perfectly, blind, I think, to Nunes and put him in on goal. And when Nunes went in, you thought, well, I've seen you recently, and you've missed some chances you should have scored.
Yo, sobat-sobat Papa Tola, dari mana saja yang sudah hadir.
It was a delicious dink, I think, was what I was thinking at the time. But I also thought, like Sam did, that it was going to hit the woodwork. But he was very, very precise with it. And, you know, that just shows a player who's starting to gain more confidence and learn from mistakes of the past. He didn't rush it.
What I like about him is when you see him playing games and he misses the odd chance, he keeps going and keeps going. And the mark of the player is, and of a centre forward, he goes through on goal and he took one of the most difficult finishes and took it on at 0-0. And credit to him for it. It's a wonderful finish.
It really was. Such a shame to lose Curtis Jones for Liverpool when he's been in such fantastic form. Feel really sorry for him. Gravenberch has come on and done a decent job, I feel. But let's talk about Diogo Jota and the impact that he's had on this Liverpool side this season. He's going to be a huge miss. We don't know what obviously is the problem with him, but it looked like such a heavy fall from a heavy guy in Christian Norgard landing on his left leg like that. It looked so uncomfortable. He obviously needed the stretcher, had his hands over his face as he was taken off. The key point is of who Jurgen Klopp had to choose to bring on. He chose to bring on a player who's been out for a good month or so himself in Mo Salah. Now, when we were talking at the beginning of the show about what Liverpool have this season that they haven't before in terms of those 5 players up front, if something happens to Salah in this second half, all of a sudden that 5 goes down to 3.
Yeah, it looks very, very tight. And when Salah come on, you looked and they burst from one end of the pitch to the other. And I'm looking at him and he's not moved. I didn't think he was moving freely and as quickly as I've seen him. No. You know, when he gets a sniff of goal, normally he's gone from one end of the pitch to the other. And I just feel as though, from probably Jurgen's point of view, he'd have probably liked to have seen Salah ease his way in late in the game, give him 15 minutes, another 4 days before the next game and that type, and build up that level of fitness. And especially hamstring problems, you never can tell with them. But listen, Liverpool fans will be delighted that Salah's back on the pitch for Liverpool, and they'll be delighted that they've got their nose in front in a game that's been, it's not much between the two sides, to be honest.
There isn't. What is Thomas Frank going to be saying to his side? Because it feels as if they've not quite been as clinical as we know that they can be.
Yeah, I think when they've gone into the box, if you took a snapshot picture area when Brentford have gone into Liverpool's box, they've had overloads in the far on the far post as
such. Yo, sobat-sobatku, apa kabar semuanya? Dari mana saja yang sudah hadir, yo. Teman-teman, kita berbincang-bincang dulu. Kira-kira
well, exactly that.
Yeah, they need to do better, don't they, in the second 45 minutes, which comes up very shortly in about 10 minutes' time. In fact, we're also going to have a look at some of the other action from today in the Premier League. This is Game Day exclusive on TalkSport.
Game Day exclusive on TalkSport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Enterprise has vans of all shapes and sizes, so if you've got a plan, we've got a van.
McDelivery, you in?
Oh, am I? What a day. I need 6 chicken McNuggets, or maybe 9, or maybe 6 and a...
Sambil istirahat dulu sebentar ya sobat ya, untuk menuju babak kedua.
Your game with Betfair.
18 plus begambleaware.org. Playing host.
Yup, sobat-sobatku, kita masih tersambung nanti di babak kedua ya. Saat ini masih istirahat. Kemana-mana, istirahat dulu, akan minum. Ya, buat kalian para pendukung Brentford ataupun pendukung Liverpool, silakan isi pollingnya atau juga komen-komen juga ya.
and Charlotte Richardson.
It does indeed, Faye, because it's Arsenal 3, Manchester United 0 in front of a sold-out Emirates. The Gunners have been firing on all cylinders in the first half. Although the game didn't start that way, United began the brighter. So when Jace turned the ball into her own net from a Katie McCabe corner on 10 minutes, the goal...
Actually, with a good 3-4 minutes left to go until the second half kicks off, and a change imminent as well, with Cody Gakpo looking like table, both in action today as well.
Bantu share sobat-sobat Bapak Tola dimanapun kalian berada, dibantu share-nya ya. I love you full, sobat-sobatku.
Black sleeves and black socks attacking the goal away to our left-hand side, and immediately Ivan Toney has gone down with a knee injury.
Yeah, Bradley's sort of not competed for the header, but he's just landed on the back of he's just trod on the back of Tony's calf.
Yep, he's gone up and his right foot has gone planting into the top of the calf of Ivan Toney. Didn't look like it was that vicious, but there was contact between the two, and he's gone down, and he now needs to receive treatment. Brentford with Flecken in goal, Aya Collins and Lee, Norgard screening the midfield, Roeslav Janol, Region and Jensen in the midfield, Region playing as the wide left player, Mopé and Toney two up top. And Liverpool with Kelleher in goal, Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson, Endo, McAllister, Gravenberch in midfield, Salah, Gakpo and Diaz up top now. We're underway in the second half of the game. Tony receiving treatment. 2 goals from Mo Salah helped Liverpool overcome Brentford at Anfield in November, but winning here has been a completely different story for Liverpool. 3-3 in September 2021 and defeat on the 2nd of January 2023. And Liverpool's last win at Brentford, so it was at Griffin Park, was in the Milk Cup of October 1983. Ian Rush, Michael Robinson, Graham Souness scoring in a 4-1 win at Griffin Park. It was the same month as which duo released Say, Say, Say?
Well, 81, did you say?
83.
83.
We're back underway. The ball on the far side with Brentford. Mopé trying to force his way through the resilient Liverpool backline, who all constricted and shut him out like a big purple blob on the edge of the box. They then spread very quickly and come out towards this right-hand side. October 1983.
This isn't anything to do with Stevie Wonder, is it?
Nope. Sal, the outside broadcast producer for the day, stepped in like a superhero today, actually, for the Il Deck, who was supposed to be here. Resch not here as well today.
They're falling like Liverpool players.
Yes,
actually, our team.
McAllister down the left-hand side. He's already got it, Sal. 81089 on the text if you want to suggest an answer. Mickey Gray's got it as well. Well done to him. He's one of our reporters today at Burnley against Arsenal. And Mopé's done brilliantly to bring the ball down in the centre circle. He's played it out towards the right-hand side. It's collected now by Roeslav, who just hesitated a little bit too long before getting the ball forward. He's given it to Jensen eventually. And Matthias Jensen being pushed and pulled by Gravenberch, gets the ball back into the centre circle, and Brentford patiently look to build again. Still 1-0 to Liverpool, 3 minutes into the second half. A disrupted game for them. But at the moment, looks like it's going to be a winning one. Roeslav down the right. Diaz steps across, wins it back for Liverpool. Turns it into halfway, and then after running in behind Roeslav, there's a bit of space for Diaz, who's fed the ball, and he gallops forward down the left channel, plays it to Gakpo, who steps on the ball and falls and loses it as a result of that. It's then put out of play on the far side, and Collins and Diaz go charging into one another. Goes out for a throw, referee says play on. Diaz swings it into Bradley. Bradley edge of the area, right side. Tony funnels back into position. He's received his treatment and he's up and moving again. Bradley once more. Could have played it into Endo, decided not to, went back to Konate. Endo, the Japanese captain, has got it now. Infield it goes to McAllister, who's back to goal, swivels, plays it wide to Diaz, who's got lovely feet, and he twinkles towards the edge of the box and then shoots from about 18 yards, and it's over the top of the crossbar.
I'm going to throw Womack and Womack out at you.
You're struggling today, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
1983, I thought this would have been sort of prime
It is, but
Pierce
not my
territory.
kind of music, sadly. What have you got for me? Come on.
Paul McCartney and... Oh, you're still foxed, aren't you?
I am.
Say, say, say.
I keep going back to Stevie Wonder for some reason.
No, that was Ebony and Ivory. Say, say, say. Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. 1983. Loads of people on our text machine got that. Thank you very much for getting involved. Can't believe that you've lost out to so many TalkSport listeners today.
I'm pleased I have. Me not knowing that genre of music pleased me, no doubt.
Oh dear, that's quite offensive. That's, you know, people like Sal, who are lovers of pop, very excited today, learning that he can get diamond tickets to go and see Kylie Minogue in Hyde Park. Not quite what me and Stuart will be doing in July, but anyway, ball over the top for Salah, who's racing now in behind Ben Mee. He's got into the penalty area, he's tried to hit it left-footed, and he's overhit the ball, and he's missed the target completely. He's got in behind the defence and raced away, accelerating at rapid pace into the box. And then when he got into the box, he just lacked a little bit of composure. Maybe ring rustiness, maybe just an overhit touch as he went into the area, but ended up making it very difficult for himself, and it's wide.
Yeah, he's roared through from the halfway line like an out-of-control speedboat. A really good first touch, second touch a little bit wide, third touch okay, fourth touch, he should have just, well, I knew what he was trying to do, just he's been out of touch for a month.
Yeah, say, usually he puts those away. Out of touch, that's something completely different, mate.
Und das ist stark von Mark Flecken. Erneut.
Here is Janelt down the left-hand side. Tell me you know that one.
Wir hatten das schon mal.
No, not my cup of tea either.
If it's not by the skids, Rammstein or Slipknot, or the Jam, or of course the Stranglers, he's not interested. Yeah, Stuart slated me for the day after the semi-final, Frankfurt. Who are we supposed to be going to see?
Well, there's a double-header at Frankfurt Stadium. Rammstein are playing both nights between semi-final and final this summer.
Yeah. Mopé on the edge of the box, trying to turn, feeds it to Tony, goes out towards the left-hand side, Reguilón, and he plays it infield to Norgard, and now Salah's picked it up again inside his own half, and he's travelling at speed over the halfway line. He's run into the centre, then switched it wide towards the right. Gakpo gets it back to Salah inside the box with the help of a deflection, and they shut that down very quickly. Liverpool Brentford and clear it away, and Mopé feeds Tony, who turns and wants to feed him back again. And it doesn't quite work its way through to the Frenchman. He just delayed a little bit there, Tony. Over 17,000 inside the stadium today, 1,900 from Liverpool. It's been an entertaining game. Both teams have had chances, and that was an opportunity to release Mopé through the middle, and Tony didn't take it.
Yeah, it was at both ends. Both teams have had opportunities on the counter-attack, and both look very effective in the main.
It is 1-0 to Liverpool, though, and you're listening live to Talk Sport on this Saturday afternoon, where we'll take you round the grounds with Adrian Durham. Lots of 3 o'clock kickoffs in the Premier League today. We'll give you the team news in 14 minutes' time from our reporters up and down the land. And then from 5:30 tonight, the game day phoning, Gabby Agbonlahor, who I saw yesterday. He was doing the breakfast show. And Jamie O'Hara from 5:30, second your calls 03717223344. Dean Saunders in for Gabby today. No, another drop out. The other night flies. What is going round? What was in TalkSport Towers yesterday? We'll be there down tomorrow then. Oh no. Norgard leaves a free kick for Ben Mee. Sends it back to Berikan. If I did go down tomorrow, I wouldn't be able to do the ice, so you'd have to do that, Piercy.
Yeah, I don't know the intricacies of the ice, you know, triple toe loop and all that business.
You sound pretty au fait with it. Here is Flecken across to Ayer, and back to Flecken once again. And then it's cleared upfield through the middle of the pitch by Brentford, looking to find Mopé, away by Endo, screens that back line so well. One by Gravenberg, then Salah with a lovely ball into McAllister, who used his speed brilliantly, and then tucks it home at the far corner. It's a beautiful Liverpool goal, inspired by the return of the Egyptian king, and finished off by a World Cup winner with dancing feet inside the box. Beautiful and balletic from Liverpool. McAllister shifted his weight superbly onto one foot, pumped it with the other, and it tickled into the far corner past the despairing Flecken, and it's 2-0 Liverpool.
Well, the longer the game goes on, the more influential Salah looks as though he's getting, and on that occasion it was his pass inside, received it on the half turn, great ball into the central area, penalty spot, and quick feet by McAllister, just toe-poked it beyond the goalkeeper. And I think probably looking at body language of the Brentford players now, they think this game's beyond them.
Well, that was a really poor finish for a player who hasn't scored too many goals in Liverpool. It's only his second goal. The only other one he manages against Fulham, a real belter from the edge of the box, but that was just perfect. The way he controlled it, brought it down and then poked it in. And it trickled past Flecken and into the net. And it's 2-0 to Liverpool.
Was erst nun ist und jetzt McAllister zustande bringen.
And somehow Thomas Frank has got to rethink the situation. And do wonder now whether or not he might make a series of substitutions just to try and freshen the team up. with 35 minutes to go, or whether he will think that actually the game is up, save your bodies, because they've got to play Manchester City on Tuesday Night Live on TalkSport. Jensen from the halfway line trying to chip the goalkeeper, who spotted off his line. And it was narrowly wide by Jensen. And the idea was right, the execution just not perfect enough. It needs to be really precise.
I'll tell you what, listen, he got an ooh from the crowd for what he done, but if I was Ivan Toney now, I'd be really disappointed in him. To a crossfield pass in behind the back line would have been a better option.
Well,
December was such a crucial month for Brentford. They didn't capitalise on the fixtures they had. Then January came and they were hit by Onyeka and Visa. And the AFCON, the injuries to Rico Henry and Mbeumo started to bite. Before Tony got shaped up for his return, there are mitigating factors to their form not being as sharp as last season.
Oke, suara Papa Tola dah kedengaran. Bravo Papa Tola. Oke, terima kasih Pak Pujiono. Berarti tadi tenggelam ya suara Papa Tola. Waduh. Untung ada nih Pak Pujiono nih. Gimana Pak Pujiono, sehat-sehat selalu kan, brother? Udah makan malam belum? Jangan sampai nggak makan, brother. Apapun yang terjadi makan ya.
Quite tightly at the bottom of that table very quickly.
Yeah, it certainly would. As I say, it's all on at the top and the bottom of the league. There's no doubt about that. And
a flick into the area. Brentford trying to get one back. It comes through to Mope. And there was an offside flag up before he could poke it in.
Tapi kurang nendang nih penonton-penonton kita ya.
Over the top of everyone.
Halo Papa Tola, kembali lagi. Terima kasih Reha.
Offside was given.
Papa Tola juga sepertinya hanya bisa live streamingnya yang pertandingan ini saja ya sobatku. Untuk pertandingan yang jam 11 kita udah ampun nih, udah lelah sekali. Karena udah 8 hari lebih Papa Tola kembali lagi olahraga ya, lari lagi sampai 4 kilo, 5 kilo ya. Jalan depan, jadi cukup lelah ini. Ini jam 10 udah berat rasanya untuk bisa beraktivitas. Kita mau pola hidup sehat kembali ya sobat, biar bisa main bola lagi. Papa Tola pengen juga bikin konten Papa Tola main bola ya. Siapa yang menang? Yang menang ya ini ya, ada di Liverpool 0-2 saat ini dipimpin.
Arsenal women 3, Manchester United women 0 at the top of the WSL.
Papa Tola juga lagi sibuk-sibuk terus ini cari-cari sponsor ya, biar kita bisa nge-live langsung di stadion lagi. Lanjutan Liga 1 ya. Kemudian Indonesia Vietnam nanti Piala Dunia, Indonesia di Qatar. Kalau bisa doain juga bisa kita live di Qatar, bisa live di mana di banyak yang nyimak nih di sebelah. Senggol dong. Alhamdulillah sehat. Banyak yang nyimak nih di sebelah. Senggol dong. Senggol Pak Pujiono. Senggol. Apanya nih yang mau disenggol ini?
Yeah, as I say, done brilliantly there. Come inside, starting position in that central midfield area, and when he's burst forward, you thought just
Papa Tola juga membuka kesempatannya untuk jual saham kepemilikan ini. Untuk siapapun yang keinginan boleh diseriusin ya, di email atau di Instagram. Kita mau melepas 30% aja nih kepemilikan Papa Tola untuk ada modal kita biar bisa lebih kencang lagi larinya ya, biar bisa langsung meliput.
I'm just looking at Conor Bradley playing now, you know, enjoying his football, playing way beyond his years, to be honest with you. So confident on the ball.
McAllister down the right-hand side, gets the throw in from Salah, who took it quickly, moves towards the corner flag, comes back to the right. The slender figure of Bradley comes infield, then goes back out to McAllister once again. He sees it and pushes it into the path of Diaz, and he finds Endo 20 yards from the edge of the box. Out to Gakpo, no one in the area for Liverpool, which is a problem when you have Gakpo, Diaz and Salah as your front three. McAllister into Bradley, but needs must at this moment in time with the injuries to Jota, to Jones and to Nunez.
Yo, bagi kalian yang belum subscribe, silakan di subscribe ya sobat Papa Tola. I love you full semuanya. Sehat-sehat sekali, sehat-sehat semuanya dimanapun kalian berada.
Still come forward. Gakpo moving up towards the edge of the area, surrounded by red jerseys. He turns it away from it, and Bradley delivers a cross into the box. He angles it from right to left, steered clear by Collins.
Langsung lagi serangan dari Liverpool.
Behind Gakpo has to turn away from.
Masih dibayang-bayangi saja. McAllister tadi dari sayap kanan, McAllister coba membangun serangan. Lebar lagi ke kiri, rubah arah bola Liverpool. Ada pergantian pemain dari Brentford ya. McAllister lagi. Tenang sekali ya cara passing-passingnya para pemain Liverpool ini. Walaupun di pressing ketat ada 3-4 pemain, namun satu passing pendek tetap berani mereka mainkan di area pertahanan Brentford.
Liverpool hält den Druck oben.
Pucciono disenggol jatuh. Mas Kiki mau nyenggol Pak Pucciono ini.
Visa, who gets a big round of applause for being the first Brentford player to score an international tournament. Did very well with the DRC in the AFCON. And Onyeka got all the way to the final with Nigeria.
Ganz nette Statistik übrigens zu Mohamed Salah, da wir gerade gesehen haben. Das ist eine Vorlage für 6 verschiedenen Liverpool-Spieler.
An unlikely comeback. It certainly looks unlikely at this moment in time.
Yeah, it does. They've not sustained any pressure as of recent times, and if anything, Liverpool seem to be the team that look more likely to get another goal.
Here's Gakpo on the near side. Is
Onyeka war im Finale mit Nigeria, Bisa im Halbfinale. Mopé, Nørgaard gehen runter.
But it put him in a bit of trouble, and Aya will see it out on this near side. It's away for a throw-in to Brentford, who trail here by 2-0. Liverpool have had the same number of goal attempts as Brentford in the game, but theirs have been more deadly. They've had much more of the ball as well. Endo pushes Bisa. Bisa wants to take a free kick quickly. Jensen doesn't want it to be so fast, but he does want to get it forward quickly. And again, they vacated their whole back line and sent it forward. So that means that if there is another transition and a quick fire attack from Liverpool, they're unprotected.
Quite often and not, you can overload the front line to run the length